Welcome back to Sports Edition. I am Kenny McReynolds. When you talk about tennis in college on the ladies' side, the Missouri Valley Conference champions, the UIC Lady Flames. They won the first Valley championship of any sport for UIC. Let's bring in the coach, Elizabeth Lumpkin Robinson. And coach, you must be thrilled. You win the conference championship, the first Valley championship of any sport for UIC.
We were so excited to be the first, not only for our program, but for the entire university. It was a great opportunity for our team. And we talked about working hard and really enjoying the process. And we said, what are the first two letters of doubt? And they're due. So I was excited that we did it and just went after it and had big dreams. And we said, as long as we give it everything, that's how it falls is how it falls.
What was the key to your success this season?
We had an extremely deep team, and that can be a really great thing, and it can be a challenge from a team dynamic standpoint. And so we talked a lot about that being a strength of our team of we're so deep that there's going to be times that really excellent players are going to be out of the lineup or will be supporting from the sidelines. And so we always wanted to make sure that no matter what role you had in your match, that your attitude, your energy, your effort, it mattered. So whatever you brought, it still made a big, important impact for our team. And one of the neatest things was that actually in the finals, we'd had a couple players who had been out of the lineup for different reasons, and a health injury came up. And so someone who originally wasn't planning to be in the lineup that day in the finals got to play singles. And she actually not only won her match, but was the first to get off the court with that win. And so I think that just really, again, solidified how much they all trusted each other, that someone that was normally not a starter could come in and be so dominant, and that their work paid off through all the years so that they were ready for that moment.
So be ready so you don't have to get ready. So that's
Yes,
the old saying
exactly.
that you say, be ready, you don't have to get ready. You are a winner. You're the only woman in the state of Illinois to win a singles championship all 4 years in high school. You go to UCLA, you win a national championship on the tennis court. What is it about you that makes you such a good winner?
I think one of the best thing is just consistent work. And I think typically through the roller coasters, I would say whether it's college coaching or as a player, there's even when I was on the pro tour, there's always peaks and valleys. And the ones that can really sustain the hard work, even when it seems like you feel like there's no hope. I think typically what I like to tell our team is there's always the breakthrough comes right after the breakdown. And so in the moments when you feel like you want to give up and you can't do anymore, that's usually when if you're right around the corner from doing something extraordinary, and you just have to allow yourself to keep working to get there. And I think sometimes a lot of people stop just short of that breakthrough. So I think that's been the biggest piece of just even when it seems impossible to keep working, just to keep working.
Before I get back to your team, I got to ask you, when I was at DePaul, we played basketball at UCLA, at Pauley Pavilion. How did you go to class? What a beautiful campus. I'd have never gone to class.
It certainly is a beautiful campus. And I think also just the quality of education there was tremendous. I mean, I really enjoyed the educational experience there. Professors were great with research background, but also just truly as educators. And I think that was a great part of my experience there. And then also just getting to be in that championship culture at UCLA. I mean, it was always very professional. It was one of our biggest things, not only from my coach, Stella Stampris, but from other coaches on campus, was just find a way. So there was no excuses. It's like we all have, there's tough circumstances and tough things that will happen, but you're always working to find a way and find a solution. And so that was a really great lesson coming up in that type of culture, to have that as an important piece for me growing up.
Yeah, you can bring that over to UIC, which I think is a sleeping giant. It's a beautiful campus. Coach, in a couple of minutes we have remaining, one thing I love to do, I want to have coaches look to the camera and tell student athletes that are seniors in high school why they should come play for you at UIC.
I think you should come play for me because we want courageous people who are ready to do great things. And I think the biggest thing for me is that if you go after with big dreams and just going for it no matter what, and understanding that the long-term process is the most important, that we're going to be there to support you. And I think that's one of the greatest things about our team, and something that I enjoy the most about coaching is that I want to support you to be courageous, so that when you do go after that big thing that you weren't sure that you could accomplish, not only do most of the time you actually excel in it because we practiced that habit and that skill all season, but I'll support you even if you tried it and didn't make it, because I know we're going to make sure we empower you, encourage you to get it the next time.
Hmm. Well, Coach, real quick, I got a minute remaining. Next year, you're going to be the hunted because you're the champion. Do you like that target on your back?
I think, every year is different, not only with you have new team members, there's obviously different groups that come in on different teams. And so I think something for us now at this position is going to be really building our toughness for this next year. We have a great group of returners. So we had 2 seniors who were really great leaders for us last year who have graduated. We actually had 4 new players this past year. So now they've had a year with us and we'll continue to build. But I think now it's to build that even extra toughness, because like you said, there is a little bit different mentality sometimes to defend versus revenge. And so I think it's going to be important for us to build those pieces of just resilience and work ethic and have that grit as well.
All right. Well, Coach, congratulations on your championship. Continued success over at UIC.